planes that should be coming into sight in just a few minutes. Rob?
Yeah, hey Meg, we're here on top of the roof at Fox 8, and what a sight up here. The skies are blue. We are getting ready for that flyover and the roar of jet engines that should be beginning any minute now. We have a great view up here, and we have cameras positioned and crews strategically around the city to make sure to bring you every sight of the flyover this morning. So we want to show you the flight plan. The crew there is going to fly over Ochsner Hospital for Children at about 9:35. That's just in a few minutes. Then Tulane Medical Center about a minute later. The planes will then cross the city to New Orleans East Hospital, then Ochsner Baptist Children's Hospital in Toro, uptown, and make a final pass over University Medical Center, then the Superdome and City Hall. I'm told we are seeing some planes right now from one of our crews. We're over Children's Hospital as they make their way over the near the river bend there. So kind of trying to gaze out from our vantage point here to get a peek of them. We've got our spotter over there. And okay, we can see it, the two B-52s. You're probably getting a much better look than we are right here on top of the Fox 8 roof right now. But wow, they are flying very slow, very low. A tribute there. This is the Louisiana Air National Guard's 159th Fighter Wing.
And Rob,
it's set to join
if you can hear me, I have a pretty good vantage point, obviously, in the studio. We've got the cameras pulled up here, just if you want me to take it from here for 1 second, so you can see these four planes. It's these two B-52 bombers and these two F-15 fighter jets. And as Rob mentioned, they're going very slow, but that's to give people such a great up-close view at these planes, and they're flying very, very low, too. That's something we saw earlier this morning. We had a picture from Shreveport of just how low those planes were flying during a previous flyover. And you can hear the people in the background there. This is, again, our live camera here on the levee by Ochsner Hospital. People have gathered outside at a safe social distance, of course, to watch this flyover. And as we pan out here, you can see some of those frontline workers and other folks that are gathered for this flyover. The whole thing, they say, should take about 10 to 20 minutes. And here we go. Here's a better picture now of, again, those two F-15 fighter jets and two B-52 bombers flying low and very slow over the city of New Orleans. This is actually a picture over the Fox 8 studios in Mid-City. So if you're in the Mid-City area, go outside right now and you will see this military flyover happening as we speak. All right, you're taking a live look right now. This is folks gathered on the levee there outside of Ochsner main campus on Jefferson Highway. Again, this is a military salute to all of those frontline workers to thank them for their hard work fighting against COVID-19. It's also to show appreciation and also a solidarity amongst Americans as we fight this coronavirus pandemic. Again, look at how slow and low those planes are flying this morning. All right, we're going to go live now to John Snell. He is on the roof at University Medical Center in New Orleans.
And Meg, what happened here is they went out over the West Bank, and now what they're doing, the official map says Children's Hospital, but really their first stop is where they're coming up on now. They've got almost all the way out to the Huey P. Long Bridge, where they're making the turn now, and they're actually going over Ochsner first, and then we anticipate that they will head this way. And it's astonishing how slowly they seem to be going, even though I think part of it is kind of an optical illusion. But they're making that first pass. We're up here on the roof of the UMC Medical Center with, I would say, about maybe 50 other people. Some of them are medical workers who've come this way to take in this tribute to all of their good efforts. Some of them are people who talked to a mother who had an aviation buff with her, a youngster about 9 years old, and another one who said he had been dragged away from his games. But I'm looking at the two of them in the distance now, and I think they're both really enjoying this. It's quite a sight. In some ways, it's kind of a once in a lifetime. So right now they should be, I think, because of the spray, should be doing that salute to Ochsner. Let's go to Josh right now. Josh Robertson.
Yeah, John, right now we're actually getting ready to see the flyover as we speak. We got a lot of people up here on the levee, just right across the street from Ochsner, the Gail and Tom Benson Cancer Center. That's where we are. There's a lot of people up here on the levee, a lot of people watching from the top. Let's just watch them fly over here, guys. You can see those two B-52s and those two F-15s right as we speak flying over. And there they go. On to their next stop, guys. A lot of people we talked to out here really wanted to catch this. They said they really, either they know people who work in the healthcare industry or they know people who were even affected by COVID-19, had relatives. We've talked to a lot of people, both medical workers who were able to take just a few minutes from their job to walk across the street to just witness what we just saw. And even though it was just seconds, again, the whole point was just to show thanks for all of these workers who have just been on the front line since the beginning of this pandemic. And then, of course, just all the patriots, all the people who just want to come out here and just support the military, support the healthcare workers. It was really a really positive energy here up on this levee this morning, guys, but we'll send it back to you now. You just saw those two B-52s and those F-15s just flew over us.
Hey, Josh, if you can hear me, something that kind of stuck out to me is when you see those two massive B-52 bombers, the F-15 fighter jets look like little birds next to them. They look so tiny next to those big, massive bombers.
Yeah, and if anyone's never seen a B-52, again, we've been talking to a lot of people. If you're familiar with Barksdale Air Force Base in Shreveport, then you know what a B-52 is. And B-52s are obviously those massive bombers. They are huge. For a while, people weren't even sure if they were going to keep them in circulation, but they're such efficient planes that they're still used to this day for different things. But again, most of them are stationed at Barksdale, and they're just absolutely, once you see one, you're like, you really don't see planes that big that often. But as you said, Meg, they're compared to those F-15s, they really do make them look very small.
And Josh, amongst the crowd of frontline workers out there gathered at Ochsner to see this flyover, any other regular people too out there?
Oh, tons of them. That's actually the folks that we've been speaking to a lot. The healthcare workers came over because, again, they're at work right now, so they had to come out basically just for a few minutes. But people from all over came out to see this, not just healthcare workers. And, of course, the people that I spoke to had relatives, and they just wanted to come out and show their support for all those first responders and healthcare workers as well. We see that all the healthcare workers actually now are walking right back to work. I mean, they got to come out, and now it's right back to the fight. They're going right back inside to continue with the work that they've been doing. And there's people up on the top of the parking garage right now. There's a lot of people out here, and it's a beautiful day, so people really just wanted to come out and just witness that. And again, as you said, Meg, kind of that feeling of solidarity.
And Josh, I just saw a huge American flag that it looks like someone had put there on the levee in front of you.
Yeah, it was actually the levee patrol actually put that out here. They brought it out here and they laid it out about 30 minutes ago. Again, hopefully the planes, when they flew over, hopefully they saw it. It's a massive American flag here, but I mean, that's what it's all about. And everybody that came out really in a good mood here this morning is we just take a moment to kind of, just show what we're really here to do is show thanks for those healthcare workers and again, a lot of patriots out here just trying to make the best of the situation just for a moment.
All right, absolutely. Well, Josh Robertson, thank you for that. Okay, so again, the military, Air Force there, the flying over Ochsner Hospital. We want to go now to John Snell, who again is live on the roof of UMC in downtown New Orleans.
We are. And we're here. What's your name, ma'am?
Jadon.
Jadon, you're a nurse? What do you do here?
X-ray tech.
X-ray tech. Mm-hmm. All right. What did it mean to see this? What an exciting moment.
It means a lot. It helps us feel appreciated that they think enough of us to come and say thank you for helping the public.
Boy, that was quite a show, wasn't it? Kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It was. It was extremely exciting.
What was running through your mind?
The planes are very huge.
Yes, they are. She's got two masks on there. All the medical workers are finding out how bad I am at wearing a mask. But what was running through your mind?
Feeling a little appreciated.
It's been a tough few months, hasn't it?
It has been tough. It's been tough. It's been very challenging to come to work every day knowing what we're up against.
And I think everybody here was kind of excited to learn that that's not the only pass. Right now they're out over New Orleans East and going to swing back this way.
I'd love to see him again.
One of the things the Air Force wanted to talk about, too, was just American solidarity. And I know everybody's lined up behind the healthcare workers.
Yeah, and we have to hold each other up, too.
What did you ever in your life think you'd see an experience like this?
Never in my lifetime. Never.
And how long have you been doing what you do?
22 years.
22 years?
22 years, yes.
All right, so I'm just kind of looking to make sure I don't steal any of the really good show. I'll just kind of go and hit a couple of people who weren't expecting it.
Hi.
But, good morning.
Good morning.
What did you think of that show?
Oh, that was awesome. I couldn't get over how big those planes are. That was like great.
I know.
We're just used to helicopters around here.
I told one of the kids over there those old planes are older than I am, but they're still amazing in how well they operate.
Yeah.
What do you think it means to the healthcare workers here to have this kind of thank you?
Oh,
and
it's tremendous. It is absolutely tremendous. I mean, the outpouring of love and support from the community has just been amazing. And to do something like this is it's special.
You go someplace, somebody honks a horn at you, or
oh
gives you a thumbs up?
Oh yeah, everywhere we go. Thank you. It's awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Good for you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
We've got maybe 100 people or so who are out here, people who are frontline workers in a couple of cases. Let me just walk over. All right, we do see them in the east, by the way, so I'll send it back to you, Meg, to kind of anchor this because I am not in a position where I can see them at this point, but a lot of anticipation here on the top of the UMC roof as people await, not one pass, but maybe about 3 or 4 times they'll be in view here, Meg.
It's pretty cool, and we are very lucky. We have 7 different cameras set up, 7 different Fox 8 cameras to get the best view of these planes. You can see them there sort of in the background of the Crescent City connection, as John mentioned, flying over New Orleans East right now. Something that is remarkable to me that, it only takes 1 or 2 minutes for the flyover to happen, like in front of UMC, for example, but it means so much to these healthcare workers. You could hear from them just how this show of solidarity really helps to boost morale. And again, you can see just how massive these planes are as they come into view a little bit better here. These 2 B-52 bombers from the 2nd Bomb Wing and 2 F-15 fighter jets from the Louisiana Air National Guard's 159th Fighter Wing. The big bombers from the Barksdale Air Force Base, and you can see the planes there flying over downtown New Orleans. Quite a show for all the folks gathered outside and watching this show of solidarity.
What's happening, bro?
And as John mentioned, the planes making another pass over a number of these areas. Let's go back to John at UMC.
Boy, that was our pass right over the city. Wow, I'm amazed how low they got.
That was very low. I know, that is beautiful, unbelievable.
It's what's it mean for you to have this happen?
Just outstanding. Just to see that the military coming over and just honoring the healthcare workers is just outstanding. So very happy.
I don't think anybody appreciates truly what healthcare workers are going through in terms of understanding what you're going through. But what's it mean to have people show their appreciation?
It just makes it all rewarding and makes it all worth the effort that we put in to save people's lives. So very happy.
Good. Thank you very much for the work you're doing. That was a dramatic moment, Meg. Is now they're, if I remember the map, they're heading out over almost the Lake Salvador area. They'll swing back around, make a pass over another hospital, and then come out from Metairie back toward the city in one of about 4 different passes that they'll make, head over the Crescent City connection, and then finally out over the West Bank.
It's quite a sight to see. Thank you, John. Let's check in with Rob Krieger now, who is live on the rooftop of Fox 8.
Hey, Meg. Yeah, so we are up here kind of in the heart of Gerttown right now. We just saw that flyover that John was talking about, those low and slow, as we've been saying, but goodness, that is an optical illusion for sure, because they have been able to make their way back and forth across the city pretty quickly here. You can hear that clapping there as those folks continue to, give thanks for what the military is doing, giving thanks to the healthcare workers and the frontline workers. I do have to note that we've seen several people on the roofs here. There's an apartment building nearby Fox 8. There's a work building across the street, and some people up on the roofs watching this as they come by, and you can see those planes as they fly off into the distance. It was just something else to see up here from the Fox 8 roof, and we're kind of strategically positioned right in the middle of where all these flyovers are happening. Just what a treat that was to see something like that. Those enormous B-52s, they look so majestic as they fly over, and Meg, you said it, those jets next to them certainly look like little baby birds flying next to mama as they make their way across the city. But wow, that is a really incredible gesture to see the Air Force and the Louisiana National Guard make that tribute to healthcare workers.
You know,
Meg?
Rob, we were kind of wondering all morning, how low will these things go? You know, from seeing pictures in other cities where these flyovers happened. Were you surprised at how low they were able to get over the city?
Well, you know, I was watching them as they initially kind of made that first pass over Children's Hospital, circled around. I was waiting for them to come back, and, you know, in our position here, kind of lost them on the horizon, and then out of nowhere, they were right there above us, kind of flying over the Earhart Expressway, if you will, toward Fox 8, which is right near Xavier, if you're unfamiliar. So, yeah, no, I was surprised by just how quickly they were there. Not as low as, like, you know, when you say a low pass, but it certainly was low enough to see, you know, the entirety of the plane, you know, the engines, those large wings as they come by. That was some cool stuff, Meg.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine. And we're actually taking a live look here. This is on the rooftop of, I believe this is Ochsner Main Campus. And you can see the healthcare workers that are still gathered out there because, as John mentioned, these planes are going to be making another pass by, and actually this is a live look here at Children's Hospital and being told uptown. Again, these planes are headed right now, we believe, out to the Lake Salvador area. Then they're going to make a turn back, come back towards Metairie, and make yet another pass over the city of New Orleans, which is pretty cool. Our Real One Belogan is live. He was outside. Okay, actually, we'll get to Real One when he's ready in a little bit. Let's get back to this live picture here, and you can see outside Children's Hospital, the doctors, the nurses, the other healthcare workers there gathered outside waiting to see those planes, and what an impressive sight to see. You know, these flyovers have happened in a few other cities across the country so far. We had them fly over New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia. You know, the Trump administration choosing the cities in the country that have had some of the highest cases of COVID-19 to really have these flyovers and show a sense of solidarity, and it's been quite a sight to see. All right, we want to get back to John Snell, who was live at UMC this morning.
I'm here with Angela and Dylan. I'm here with Angela and Dylan. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So Dylan's an aviation buff?
Well, this event will probably help him along with that route, right?
You said you had one, Angela, that really wanted to see this, and the other one, you kind of dragged him away from his video games.
Right. The other one is so used to spending these last few weeks in between classes playing his video games.
I think one of the interesting things, it's been wonderful to see the healthcare workers up here and how much this has meant to them.
Yes.
I've noticed a number of people like yourselves, though, too, who just wanted to come out and witness this.
I tell you, I mean, at first, selfishly, I just felt that this was just going to be the best location on the top of the parking garage at UMC for us to see it. But as the nurses and doctors trickled out and the bombers started to fly over, it just sent chills. It was such a perfect location beyond just viewing, but being able to share this moment with them.
That's a good point. That wasn't even our flyover here. I'm trying to practice social distancing. Now, it sure looked like it in the parking lot, but the one here is supposed to happen at 9:49, which is right about now.
Yes.
So we should have one more little spin, we think.
Couldn't ask for a more beautiful day. What do you think?
What do you think?
I mean, they could be better.
Here they come, guys. One more time. There we go. Let's watch.
Towards this condo right now.
Yep. I don't know how much it is. I just like that. Thank you. Happy Friday.
So that's should be the pass. Meg, I don't know if you're still with me. That should be the pass over the other hospital here. They're heading out over the lake, and they're going to swing back for one more time. I think people here were really surprised to see that there was that much of a show that they were actually going to witness. Let's walk over here, a group of folks with an American flag who are getting their pictures taken. I don't want to ruin the picture. I'm thinking, hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you, first of all.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Little show of patriotism on your part.
Yeah, someone brought a flag in today. We thought that was a great idea. Beautiful showing of the air show, and really appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yes, employee health here.
What did this mean to you as a group to have? You know, I know you've been getting thank yous. People honk the horn, say hi. What's it mean to have the U.S. Air Force do this and go to this trouble?
Oh, all their patriotism and our feeling of pride, and that our sacrifices are meant something to everybody, and it's just, I wanted to have cry. It made me tear up. So.
Well, you weren't the only ones, but you know, big tough TV reporters don't show that. Right. I just think that it was surprising, too, how low they got. Did you expect them to get that low?
No, and I think it's because of the, what size plane was that, Stacey? The F-15s are just so massive, so it's beautiful.
Well, the B-52 is the big one. As I said, the B-52 is older than me, but we won't go there. I think a lot of people understand what healthcare workers are sacrificing, but you can't totally appreciate it in the total sense of the experience. Did you ever in your life think you'd be going through something like you've seen and witnessed here, guys?
Not on this scale. Not this big.
What would you like the general public to know about what it's been like the last, couple of months? Just in terms of a challenge.
Well, healthcare workers go through this all the time, every day. Every day we deal with this, and we deal with diseases that we don't know what's out there. This is on a grander scale, of course, and it's, they rose to the challenge, as healthcare workers always do.
Well, thank you, everyone, very much for your special day. Quite a show. Meg, back to you.
John, it's interesting as we've heard just how big these planes are in the views of people, adults. Can you imagine how big they seem in the eyes of a child as well? All right, let's go to Josh Robertson, who is live at Ochsner Main Campus.
Yeah, Meg, you caught us at the perfect time. They're about to make one more flyover as we speak. They're coming right over us. Here they come right now. Just coming right over the levee. This is incredible. That is something crazy. Again, we keep talking about those F-15 fighter jets are really, really incredible. All right, we're going to send it over to KRIEGER right now. I guess he's got a shot of them too. We'll send it over to Rob KRIEGER.
Hey, well, we are here on the Fox 8 studios. I could barely hear you because they were directly above us, those two enormous B-52s. Straddled by the two F-15 jets as they fly over the city and make their final pass over the Superdome in City Hall. I know John was talking to some of those healthcare workers over there saying how touching it is to see this, but seeing these planes come over the city in such a big way, covering every portion of the city, making it so where everyone here who has been staying at home, who's been working hard on the front lines, who have been giving up and sacrificing to make sure that we can save lives, we're able to see this. And it really just shows you that solidarity of New Orleans all together, and it gives you that feeling that together, if we can do this, we can get through it together. So certainly a much appreciated viewing of the military and their might as they flew over New Orleans with those two B-52s and the F-15 jets. That was certainly a treat. A small token, a small gesture to the healthcare workers who have been working so hard and the people on the front line that have put their lives at risk. But certainly a big gesture to the city of New Orleans and everyone here dealing with the pandemic. Meg?
Rob, I think that's such an important point to make that, we've been saying that this is a salute to frontline workers, but you're right. This is really a showing of solidarity for every single person, not only in New Orleans or Baton Rouge, where these planes will be heading around the noon hour, but everyone in this country and really around the world as we all fight this coronavirus, the invisible enemy, as President Trump has said, as we all fight this together. All right, what an absolutely beautiful show over the city of New Orleans. Again, those two F-15 fighter jets and the two B-52 bombers will be making their way around noon over Baton Rouge to let folks there see that incredible show and showing of solidarity. We thank you so much for tuning into Fox 8 Morning Edition at 9 a.m. and we hope you enjoyed the view.